Hello, students. Welcome to the Introduction to Deep Learning course. This is course 11785, 685, and 385. We will be going through lecture 0, where we will talk about the logistics of this particular lecture. The outline for today's lecture, we will be going through some introduction, the instructor, TAs, course topic, the challenges of the course, the components of the course, and to end it with the grade structure and the integrity as well. So let's begin. Neural nets are taking over. These advancements have transformed from theoretical concepts to practical tooling, shaping industry and research in every day of life, in many areas as well. The leading artificial intelligence lab, for example, OpenAI's ChatGPT, Google's Claude Bot, Gemini, Meta Superintelligence Labs, Anthropic AI, and beyond have made a lot of breakthroughs and advancements in the field of artificial intelligence. And this course will build you the foundation of how these advancements are moving forward in this particular direction. The instructor for this course is Dr. Biksharaj, followed by Dr. Rita Singh, who have open door policies, so you students can drop in any time you feel like with your issues. We have about 20 to 25 teaching assistants for the course. The names and email IDs are available on the course page. We have TAs from Pittsburgh, Kigali, and the Silicon Valley campuses. We provide remote and in-person office hours as well. So I'd recommend you to make the most of this, which we offer in this particular deep learning course. And you can see the scheduled office hours on our webpage, deeplearning.cs.cmu.edu. Who's this course designed for? This class is for you if you have the fundamental knowledge of programming. It would be very prominent if you knew Python, PyTorch in particular as well. It is highly recommended if you have a background in calculus and linear algebra, particularly vector calculus and software engineering. The general course topics contains the introductory to the network structures, where we deal with multi-layer perceptrons, convolutional neural networks and recurring neural networks, and Boltzmann machines. And beyond the basics, we cover these generative models such as variational autoencoders, the adversarial models such as GANs, graph neural networks, and transformers as well. And the practical focus areas includes computer vision, where we recognize images, text processing, where we model and generate language, machine translation with sequence-to-sequence modeling, and modeling distribution and generating data and speech recognition as well. This course implementation is very heavy. There's a lot of coding, there's a lot of experimenting, and you will be working with some large data sets as well. The course language of choice is Python, and the prominent library which we will be using is PyTorch. You are welcome to use some other languages as well, but the TAs will not be able to help you with a lot of coding and homework. Hence, we recommend you to implement all the homeworks and beyond in Python. This course is not easy. It's a lot of work, a lot and lot and lot of work. But it's a lot of fun as well. We have mastery-based evaluation, the quizzes to test your understanding of the topics covered in the lecture. The homeworks teach you to implement the complex networks and optimize them to high degree. And for non 485 students, projects to expose you to real deep learning problems. And FYI, anyone who gets an A in the course is technically ready for a deep learning job. So let's keep that spirit high. The lecture is in class. There is an option for live streaming for the remote students as well. The lecture will be covered, recorded, and uploaded to the course website every day after the lecture is finished. The importance of viewing lecture is prominent. Even if you think you know the topic, the quizzes, your marks depend on viewing the lecture. And we also monitor attendance. But sometimes, due to some technicalities or some inconveniences, the lectures might be conducted entirely over Zoom. There are weekly quizzes, and these quizzes will be entirely related to that particular topic covered during that particular week. For references, you'll be allowed to use the lecture slides and any content beyond that as well. It is released every Fridays at 11:59 p.m. EST, and it ends every Sunday before 11:59 p.m. EST. Sometimes there could be a shift, but don't panic. We will make sure you guys are well informed before. There's a total of 14 quizzes, and we accept the best 12. This is expected to account for any other circumstances based on inability to work on quizzes. And each quizzes have 10 MCQs, and we accept the best of 3 attempts per quiz. And that's how you're graded on quiz. We have recitations, hackathons, and boot camps. We strongly recommend you attend all recitations, hackathons, and boot camps. Recitations are held every Friday in the lecture room where we have hands-on and cover specifics while you follow along. There are hackathons held on Saturdays. We will be having pizza during the hackathons to increase your presence during the hackathons. And the boot camps cover for each of the homeworks, and These boot camps will help you with the structure of the homeworks and the flow as well. So we suggest you to make the most use of it and collaborate your work along with your peers and make the best out of the course. The assignments is broken down to four main homeworks, and there's also a bonus homeworks and autograd bonus as well. All the homeworks have two main parts. Part one, where you auto-grade problems with deterministic solution. So you'll be uploading them on AutoLab and checking them your score as well. And the part two are open problems, which are posted on Kaggle competitions. And there are homework bonuses and autograd bonuses. These bonuses cover homework associated with the current homeworks which you'll be working on during that particular time. And these marks will be contributed towards your final grading curve as well. We also have a concept of having study groups. Everyone must join a study group. We encourage students to join the study groups because it helps for you in dealing with this particular course. We recommend a study group of 3 to 4 people. If you don't have one, we will make sure you are in one and we will make the groups from our TA's point of view. And the registration forms will be released on Payasa. The course project is designed based on what particular course you have enrolled on. If you are taking 11785, then you will do an original project. If you're taking a 685, you will do a project which is basically will be another homework after the 4 homeworks have released, which will be at homework 5. And if you are on 485, this slide doesn't belong to you because you will not be working on any project. The projects are intended to exercise your ability to comprehend and implement ideas beyond what we covered in our traditional homeworks. Projects can range from implementation and evaluation of cutting edge ideas from recent papers, problem solving that might lead to publication if completed well, and beyond. We will go an extra mile as well because the attendance carries marks. Your performance metrics over the semester show a distant correlation between attendance and course scores. Thereby, 1% of your total grade, if you're taking 685 and 785, is for your attendance. And a 1.33% of your total grade if you're on 11485. And we keep track of attendance polls through Piazza every lecture. We also release recitation zeros. These are pre-done recitations which help you prepare for this course. So please go through the videos for recitation zeros. And some of these recitations also have notebook exercises for you to make the understanding of the foundations of this course. The homework part once has components intended to help you later in the course. The course communication is done via Piazza. Every important aspect that covers the course is communicated on Piazza. The lecture polls, attendance polls, Q&As, FAQs, announcement, reminders, anything related to the course will be communicated on Piazza. So make sure you have an eye on Piazza. The reading materials are available on the course website. There are free resources and some recommended courses as well that might help you for this Intro to Deep Learning course. Going back to the study groups, what do study groups do? You guys work together in a collaborative mode, discussing homeworks, problems, and solutions, discussing papers, classworks, quizzes. So we encourage you to meet regularly and discuss the ideal work. Every study group has a mentor, and these mentors are assigned to your study groups and made sure it is well in reach for you students. These mentors are your TAs who will be tracking your progress and reach out if you have any trouble. If you're in any trouble, reach out to your TA mentor. If you feel you're falling behind, reach out to them. If you feel like you're struggling, reach out to them. If you feel pressured, unable to cope up, reach out to them. We will try our best to help you. And we aim to make this a successful course for all. In our ideal world, everyone performs well, gets an A. So we would love to push you and make you believe you deserve an A. And we will try that in our best way possible. There are also mentors for the project groups. Every project group will be assigned one. And like study groups, these mentors will also be tracking your progress, will keep in touch with your projects, and help you mentor throughout the semester. You're allowed to seek an external mentor who has more expertise in your topic of interest as well. But make sure that is well communicated with the professor as well as the TA. Walking down to the grade structure, we evaluate based on 3 types of tests: attendance, weekly quizzes, and homeworks. There is a point for the attendance. So the rules that you must attend the lectures in person or watch via Zoom. For the people who watch on Zoom, the attendance will be tracked via MediaKind. So you have to make sure you watch the lectures on MediaKind in order for us to track attendance. And for the people who are attending lectures in persons, the attendance will be tracked via polls, which are necessary for you to mark in for us to keep track of it. And use of electronic devices during in-person lectures is not permitted. It's strictly prohibited, and any student who is seen making use of electronic devices during the lecture is often asked to leave. Or to put it in simple words, you're not permitted to use any electronic devices. These precise mechanisms help the class participate more, and our advice is for you to just attend and make the most of the lecture. The weekly quizzes are a lot more information than what is presented in the class. The quizzes contain questions from topics that are dealt during that particular week and sometimes overlap from the previous weeks as well. We include topic that is covered in the class, and sometimes there will be questions based on the latest research papers in the quiz. The part ones of the homeworks evaluate your ability to code neural nets on your own from scratch. So if you implement all the mandatory and the bonus questions of the part one, you will have all the components necessary to construct a little neural network from your own. The homeworks part ones are auto-graded, so be careful following the instructions. And note, you may get bonuses points if you submit the homework early. These instructions will be provided to you via Piazza as you move on with the course. The part twos test your ability to solve complex problems in the real world dataset. Unlike P1s, initial early submissions required and are worth 10%. The remaining 90% are determined by your final scores with the relative cutoffs. For example, the standard cutoffs shown here are 90% for the high cutoff, 70% for the medium, 50 for the low, and 30 for the very low. So your score is linearly interpolated between the cutoffs. For example, if you have 85% accuracy model for the high cutoff and 75% for the medium, a model with 80% accuracy will get 82.5 of 90. There is the fifth bonus cutoff for extra credits determined by the highest scoring student. And the course project will be formed as soon as we get through a quarter into the semester. The 11785 teams are of 3 to 4 students maximum, and the 685 teams are of 2 to 3 students maximum. There are certain requirements where you'll have to make a report and a video as a final presentation for your respective projects. The project is the most enjoyable portion in the course, and it is told by the previous students who have taken this course. So the total grading structure looks like this. Weekly quizzes, which we consider 12 quizzes of 14, have 24%. The total homeworks accumulated together are valued for 50%, and the final project is valued as 25%. And the final 1% belongs to the attendance. Homework deadlines are separate for part ones and part twos. Part twos usually have multiple deadlines. And please note that if there is any late submission, there are Slack deadlines as well. And it has its own consequences. So please refer to the course webpage for a complete sets of policies. And as mentioned, Piazza will have much more detailed structure on the homeworks as we progress into the semester. And finally, we will talk about some integrity policies. Feel free to post anything on Piazza for any clarifications and doubts. But we do have strict policies that you have to adhere to. For example, with regards to code-related questions, you have to make sure it is well structured with a title and not just by posting the entire notebook and asking for help. Please make sure it is concise and clear and include any relevant codes or anything necessary in order to answer your queries. You are here to learn deep learning yourself, so you do not need to demonstrate how well you can pretend to learn. You are at CMU, which means you are amongst the brightest and the best students in the world. You probably were among the top students in your peer and group all your life before you came here. So it will be an insult to yourself to lower your integrity. So please try your best honestly. If you're really unsure about something, please reach out to us. There are a lot of policies that are listed on the course page. Please refer to them if you have any doubts. Do reach out to us. Every student must solve their quizzes by themselves. You may discuss the questions with your study groups, but at the end of the day, you will isolate yourself and do it alone. And every student must solve their homeworks by themselves too. You may discuss the homeworks, and that is why we encourage the study groups in the first place. But your solutions must be yours alone. Plagiarizing code from the web or your friends constitutes an academic integrity violation. So be sure when you make a mistake will have serious consequences. At the end, I'd like to thank you for deciding to take your journey of deep learning with us. I'm sure you students will learn the best way possible from the professor and the TAs and make the most of this particular course. Thank you.